Hi everybody, my name's Alyssa and I just wanted to introduce myself and say welcome to my YouTube channel. So if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I am super new at this and this is something that is way outside of my comfort zone. So you are probably going to see many videos of me just chatting with you about certain things here in my bedroom. I do expect to do a lot of other videos as well, and I'll get into that in just a minute, but I am not a professional, but hopefully I'll learn some tricks of the trade as this goes along. I am a full-time teacher and I have really just been looking for something, excuse me, that is creative and allows me to kind of express things that I've learned to people who are actually looking for this information. So when the pandemic hit in 2020, it was a rough year for myself as it was for many people. Last year, 21, was not the best either, and 2022 has yet to show its brightest colors. But I have really been thinking over the past couple of years a lot of questions about why are things the way they are? What would happen if they didn't function the way that they do right now? And specifically regarding my health and regarding the health of my family and my food. So when the pandemic hit, there was a lot of trouble accessing certain items and certain foods. Like I said, I live right in the village, so I have pretty easy access to things to begin with. But the fact that I wasn't able to get those things was really kind of an eye-opening experience for me and really made me think why or what if. And I was concerned what would happen if we actually went into some sort of apocalyptic situation and what would happen to my family. And I know that sounds extremely like way out there and it's super extreme, but it really made me think if stores shut down again and if for whatever reason farming wasn't a thing anymore and we weren't able to get access to fresh produce, what would happen? Because a lot of diets nowadays consist of processed foods and I'm trying to steer away from that. So it really got me into the idea of trying to become more self-reliant and to focus on how can I grow my own food? How can I produce things that I use fairly frequently? And how can I do that myself? So over the past several years, I have dabbled a little bit more into gardening and landscaping. In the past couple of years, more specifically towards vegetable gardening. Excuse me. So last year I did a bit of container gardening and it was pretty successful considering it was our first year. We got lots of little cherry tomatoes that were delicious and we had a couple of peppers. They weren't as large as they could have been, but I didn't expect to have a super successful first year. But this year I am hoping to do fully raised garden beds, and that's part of the reason why I'm here on this YouTube channel is because I would like to document the process. If nothing else, hopefully they'll serve as great memories for me and my family, but one of my goals here is to share the things that work and the things that don't work. So all of my successes, all of my failures, because when I first started researching about gardening and vegetable gardening and raised beds, what does that look like? What does that entail? There's a lot of information out there. It was very overwhelming, and so some of you may be thinking that I'm just going to be contributing to that, and you're not wrong, but my goal as a teacher is to share as much information as I possibly can and hope that if you are at any point in time thinking about hopping onto a very similar journey, that you can find some use from this, that my failures will serve as learning experiences for you, and that you will, have to avoid some of the mistakes that I make. You'll be able to avoid some of the mistakes that I make, and that's my goal, is because I really would love for more people to feel like they are empowered to produce for themselves, because I'm not gonna lie, even though it wasn't super successful, I didn't get a ton of crops, but the tomatoes that I did get, I was dang proud of myself. It was super empowering and it was very exciting to look at those plants and say, holy cow, I made that from a seed. And that's really cool. Like, that's awesome. I didn't have to go to Wegmans or Walmart or any sort of store or any sort of farmer's market to get it from somebody else. I did it myself. And so I'm hoping to share all of the good, all of the bad, my whole journey, my whole process, and hope that you can learn something from it. So that really is just a little bit about me, super short, but what can you expect from me? Like I said, my journey, I'm going to be sharing information about the seeds that I buy. I'm going to be doing some indoor gardening with grow lights before the season starts. I'll be sharing that with you. But if you're interested in any of it and you want to stick around, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can follow me on Instagram at Life From Scratch blog. You can visit my blog itself at thelifefromscratchblog.com, or you can check out our Facebook at facebook.com/lifefromscratch. So I look forward to sharing this with you, and I hope you'll join me on this journey, and have a fantastic day.